Welcome, acolytes. Today I am reacting to Rev Says Dessous. Richard Zegler might break up Disney. So I'm gonna be honest, drama about Richard Zegler with Disney again. I'm here for it. It's just funny to see it. The funniest thing I actually seen with this specific thing was when they actually compared the Evil Queen to Snow White. And just with the Evil Queen is jealous of the main character of Snow White because of her beauty. Because, don't get me wrong, Rachel Zegler is a really, really pretty woman. But, in the movie, uglified. Honestly, let's just...
Hey, what's up guys, Riff here. So at this point, Rachel Zegler might single-handedly bankrupt Disney because the live-action Snow White film can't be going any worse for Disney. Anything associated with this project is getting dislike bombed into the shadow realm. Every single teaser of this film is getting brutalized on social media, and things have gotten even worse because...
And you know what? That's good. That's good. Because if you're an actor, shut the fuck up. Don't talk. Acolytes, if you have a job, just don't speak your freaking, like, in a open thing, like she does, where you actually have to be popular with people to actually get something out of it. Just shut the fuck up, acolytes. Just don't talk on effing Twitter while the production is running. Afterwards, it's relevant. But while the production is running, just shut up.
Because Disney tried to pull a little sneaky one. They released a new special look at Snow White on Christmas Day, hoping to capitalize on the goodwill of people on that day.
Ooh,
and guess what?
sneaky.
It backfired. It's another flop. And
Good.
we're going to look at the hilarious reactions to that latest special look. Now, in case you don't know, this is the first version of the trailer, teaser trailer that came out earlier this year. And you can see the light.
Oh my. Oh my. This is worse than the dislike ratio from my freaking Witcher 4 trailer. Damn.
Dislike ratio, they are getting crucified. 100,000 likes versus 1.4 million dislikes, putting this in the top 40 of all-time most disliked videos in terms of a number of dislikes.
I mean,
but percentage-wise, the percentage of dislikes is actually the highest among that top 40 list,
Damn.
which is, of course, cementing this in the history books here. Congratulations to Disney's Snow White live action right here. But they would try again with the official trailer. They released this a few weeks ago on YouTube, and it actually went worse in some regards.
Yeah, okay. I didn't watch those.
34,000 likes versus 844,000 dislikes. The dislike ratio on this is even stronger than the teaser trailer, which is actually quite impressive. So, obviously, people are just not impressed with this film, and mainly it all ties back to Rachel Zegler, but we'll talk about her in 1 second.
As I said, if she just shut up, if she just didn't write the thing she wrote, if she just wasn't this of an obnoxious little freaking piece of, well, nothing good. If she wasn't this kind of freaking after touching water gremlin, this wouldn't be that bad.
So this is the latest update. Disney tried to sneak one past everyone and upload Disney Snow White, Waiting on a Wish special look on Christmas Day. I guess they were thinking people would be festive and jolly, and they would give this film another chance. Well, as you can see, nobody was doing that because the like-dislike ratio is also atrocious. And the fact that this one is significantly higher but still abysmal is just a real sign of how this is all going.
Damn.
You can see 3,500 likes versus 24,000 dislikes. Very brutal. But this one, to me, is the most embarrassing of all of the early looks we've had for this film because this is just apathy at this point. Nobody even cares to dislike this anymore. It only has 191,000 views in 5 days. That's brutal.
That's very bad for Disney, by the way. That's extremely bad for Disney standards. And it's even funnier that way. So I'm gonna be honest here. That's funny to me. But at the end of the day, acolytes, if you may or may not see this as a win or not, if the film comes out and doesn't make money, then, exactly then it's a win. Not before that. Before that, it's just funny.
For a film like this that Disney needs. They need some wins, and this is looking like an absolute dumpster fire. But like I said, we're going to look at some of the reaction to this because the comments are just brutalizing this film, and mainly Rachel Zegler. So here's the top comments. Pretty much everything is negative. This movie is based on a parallel universe where Snow White is evil and the Queen is innocent. End of this movie should be, the Queen and the Prince lived happily ever after. The evil Queen pushes Snow White down a well and lives happily ever after with the Prince. That's my headcanon. Love how Gal Gadot wasn't in the clip, yet 99% of the comments are about her. Snow White, I don't need no man, snap. Prince Charming, don't flatter yourself, shorty. I'm here to see your stepmother. And it goes on and on and on. A lot of people are talking about Gal Gadot. Now, in case...
This is... Don't flatter yourself, short. I'm here to see your stepmother. Oh, beautifully written. Okay, freaking... The Destroyer title goes to him. Damn, this guy.
If you don't know, she is the actress playing the evil Queen. And people have been making memes about this since day one. As this meme here points out, this is supposed to be the evil Queen who's jealous of the looks of Snow White's. Yeah, I don't know. Kind of an interesting casting choice there.
No.
But anyways, why is this whole film just hated so brutally? Well, almost all of the outrage ties back to the choice of the actress for Snow White, which is Rachel Zegler. In this special look, we also found out why her name is Snow White. Typically with the, the version of Snow White we've had forever until this live action film, her name was Snow White because her skin was as white as snow. Now in this version, she gets her name Snow White because she was born during a snowstorm. Again, it's just like, why are we changing these things? Why are we race swapping people? This is just classic.
This was made just to accommodate her skin color. That's all. It's just to destroy a legacy and to accommodate her, so the name Snow White makes any kind of sense.
Disney trying to appeal to the modern audience, and it's backfiring horribly. But in case you haven't seen some of the behavior online of Rachel Zegler, I will key you in real quick here. About 1 minute is all you really need to know. This is a compilation of just a few things she has said about this movie, and it's insufferable.
I'm a narcissist.
Ding, ding, ding.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so.
Okay.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Yeah, of course.
Weird.
Sometimes you need to pause for a second, just take a deep breath to inhale all this cringe coming at you. It's very overwhelming.
And then it became I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part. That people will assume is a love story just because we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
I say, if I'm going to stand there 18 hours in a dress of an iconic Disney princess, I deserve to be paid for every hour that it is streamed online.
And we absolutely wrote a Snow White that is
not going to be saved by the prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince. And
By the way, not just obnoxious, but also greedy as fuck. Damn. She's like Logan Paul. I just realized it. Acolytes, I think I'm on. Am I on this? I don't watch Logan Paul, by the way, so just from compilations that you sometimes see or YouTube videos. But
she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
Amazing. Girl boss Snow White. That's going to be a really big hit, especially when the actress behind the character is so incredibly unlikable. And also, she got in trouble about a month and a half ago after the results of the United States presidential election concluded, and of course Trump won, and she was a very vocal supporter of the Harris campaign, and she went on to Instagram and had an absolute meltdown. You can check out this full group of messages here if you want, but really all you need to know is that she acts like the world is literally going to fall apart as a result of these election results.
Let me... maybe... There's also deep sickness in this country that is snow shown in the sheer amount of people who showed up for this man who threatened our democracy. It is terrifying the number of people who would stand behind what this man preaches. It is a foolish subscription to a false sense of security, masculinity, of intelligence, of humanity. Okay, that's something to... Okay, good. That's enough. It's fine.
Here if
okay,
you want, but
freak
really
me, okay.
Fall apart as a result of these election results. And she ends this one statement by saying,
by the way,
anyone who is a Trump supporter...
Yeah, if you wanna, it's paused. You can read it now. Good, fair enough.
...should never know a moment of peace the rest of their lives. Which is a brilliant strategy by Rachel Zegler. This is the classic Disney modern audience approach here. Just randomly alienate over half of the United States with a pointless statement that is unnecessary in the first place, and just alienate so many potential viewers of your film, especially when they're already annoyed with you in the first place. This was the most boneheaded decision, and again, you're appealing to the modern audience with this one, so enjoy the empty theaters that are going to come with that modern audience. But of course, she would apologize.
Hey. Empty, ref, come on, like, Steam charts, how is it called, this, no, Steam charts, Steam charts, give me a second, yeah, sorry about that, but I had to make the point. There isn't 0 Warcrafts here. There are at least 10 that actively play Dustborn now. So it's not a 0 sum. Hey, had to disprove him.
As pointed out here by Geeks and Gamers. And yeah, do you actually believe she was sorry about what she said? Of course not. She was only sorry because probably Disney got very, very angry at her and forced her to make this apology.
Yep.
But I want to do another segue here because there's another kind of lost in the sauce, lost in the shuffle issue with this film. And it revolves around two things, the budget and some more casting choices. And as reported here, it has been rumored that the budget for this film has exploded to over $500 million. Now, if you know the standard calculation for breaking even with a film and its budget, typically the number is 2.5. You have to make 2.5 times your budget. So if this is a, let's say, $500 million budget, they're gonna have to make over $1.2 billion on this film to break even. And $1.2 billion would be a monumental success for this film if it was just a regular film, right? This one is already so hated and has so little interest in it, they will never reach that mark.
I hope not.
My mind would be blown if that happened.
Yeah.
But there's also another issue
true, by
with
the way.
the budget, and some people believe they had to reshoot some of the scenes due to a controversy involving the Seven Dwarfs. There was a lot of discussion.
And still, those fuckers didn't just get dwarf-sized human beings, yes, dwarves, actors in. It's just still so freaking sickening. Pure inclusion, acolytes, as I see. Pure inclusion.
About the casting choices, or potential casting choices, for these seven dwarfs. Now, there was multiple things that happened here. This was an image being shared around the internet about 2 years ago. And apparently this was going to be the original seven dwarfs. I mean, it literally looks like a blue sky meetup. It's just a goofy image. And again, the first thing that people...
But those are 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Or maybe this guy just doesn't... Yeah, okay, here's a different... a different thingy bob costume. He doesn't have a costume. Okay, good. I mislooked. But at least one. I mean, 1 in 7. That's something, acolytes. It's not nothing. It's something, and the guy probably just kneels down right now. Yeah, it's a dwarf actor. Don't worry. Yeah, I know the arms, but damn.
People would bring up is the choice of actors. You have one person out of the 7 dwarfs that has dwarfism. Why wouldn't you hire actors with dwarfism to play the 7 dwarfs? Doesn't it just logically make sense? And, wouldn't you give them that opportunity for that role?
We ain't logic here.
Well, of course, as we now know with these trailers confirming it, nobody got the role because they would eventually use CGI instead of hiring actors with dwarfism, which was a loss for everyone. And some people believe that is part of the reason the budget has exploded, because they had to reshoot scenes involving the 7 dwarfs. And if you want to know how this all happened, well, you can blame one person. You can literally blame one person for all this happening, and that is Peter Dinklage. If you don't know, he was an actor with dwarfism. He was Tyrion Lannister in Game of Thrones. And this is a classic example of, I just wish I didn't even know these actors had an opinion on certain things, because it just makes them very unlikable. Peter Dinklage, very good actor. But now I see his opinion, and it's like, oh, there's a garbage opinion, and here's him doing something stupid. Yeah. That changes things a little bit, and it does for a lot of people, I'm sure.
He basically
But back in 2022, he was talking about the Snow White live action, and he said this. Well, it's really progressive to cast, literally, no offense to anyone, but I was a little taken aback. They're very proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, but you're still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 dwarfs too. Take a step back and look at what you're doing here, he continued. It makes no sense to me, because you're progressive in one way, but you're still making that effing backward story of the 7 dwarfs living in a cave. What the F are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause from my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. He then concluded, I don't know what studio that is, but they were so proud of that, and all love and respect to the actress and to the people who thought they were doing the right thing. But I'm just like, what are you doing? And he said, if you tell the story of Snow White and it's the most effed up, cool, progressive spin on it, let's do it, all in. But I just don't know. So he's saying it is offensive to hire actors with dwarfism to play the 7 dwarfs in the live action. And guess what? Disney listened. They actually responded specifically to his comments. And they came out and said, to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with these 7 characters and have been consulting with members of the dwarfism community. And obviously we know how it ended. They ended up going with CGI. Nobody got a role. It wasn't a matter of, are they going to hire actors with dwarfism or not? No, they're just nobody. Everyone loses. Disney has to probably reshoot and increase their budget as they did, and actors with dwarfism lost out on this opportunity, which had a lot of people upset, including people who have dwarfism, like Zach Roloff from Little People Big Worlds. He said this in a post. So they aren't just taking the dwarfs and making Snow White, they are CGIing the dwarfs. This isn't 1937. There are a lot of people with dwarfism walking around. Either focus on Snow White or own the dwarf representation. And that's the main point. Why would you take away opportunities? It's one of those things where it's a progressive idea, but in action it is regressive.
On point. On effing point.
We're literally taking away opportunities for actors with dwarfism by having this soapbox moment where people would have had a very big opportunity with this film, but instead you get CGI slop instead, and everyone loses. It's just like with the voice acting controversy where some people were angry that white people are voicing characters with different skin colors than their own, and then that comes around the opposite way, and then you have a situation where someone who might be a black voice actor just lost out on 90% of their roles because their skin doesn't match the characters they're playing too.
True.
It's just a very dumb thing, and here we have it.
Yeah, basically talent gets punished. That's all it is. Talent gets punished.
In action. So this is another part of the controversy and why the budget for this film is likely so high. And I just wanted to note this because now with all of the trailers out there, we know this is exactly what happened. And it's a really bad situation and just adds more controversy to this
fair enough
disaster of a project here. So how far will this bomb? I don't know. This might be one of the biggest flops we will see in
I hope so.
modern times with this film. And yeah, you can't really feel sorry for anyone involved, whether it's Rachel Zegler, Disney, or any of the related parties. They just really don't deserve any sympathy because they brought this upon themselves with their own actions and choices. But for now, that's going to do it for this.
Yeah, and by the way, I think I would agree with Rev on a lot of points, but until it's out and we see how much they actually spent on the film and how much they actually make on the film, you just cannot say if it's gonna be good or bad. Because for some effing reason, it could be that suddenly people wanna watch this. I doubt it, but it could be. It could just be that for that a mind worm just ate 90% of human beings' brains out, and after that they just want to watch Snow White. So I don't know. I hope not. I really hope not. But hey, let's just see Acolytes. But as it is, good night.